Hey guys, well, this is my first YouTube video. I thought I would start out by doing tarot, and I'm really kind of a jack of all trades. Got a lot of so-called talents. I sew and I needlepoint and I make jewelry and I raise dogs and I have bred horses, and I've got a lot of things going on. And I also noticed one thing about making a video is that whenever people look at the screen, they don't, it always looks like they're not looking you in the eye. So if I look like over here, then it looks like I'm probably looking at you in the eyes. But if I'm just looking at the screen right straight ahead, it looks like I'm looking over there. So anyway, I am just really looking straight at the screen. So anyway, my goal is to try to figure out what's going on right now with COVID. And the reason I'm so concerned about it is because I have a 17-year-old who is going back to high school this year. It's her senior year. And we're in a position where I don't want her to go back to school. I'm in my 60s. Her stepdad's in her 60s. Her dad is in his 70s. And all three of us are compromised physically. For example, I have asthma. If I get COVID, I probably wouldn't survive it. My husband has congestive heart failure. So if he gets COVID, he probably wouldn't survive it, and that would break my heart because I'm crazy about it. Her dad doesn't live here, but by the way, my daughter's name is Chloe. Chloe's dad doesn't live here. He lives in North Carolina, and she is there spending the summer with him, and she's going to be back here in 2 days to start school remotely, because I do not want her going to school. She goes to a really great school. She's a straight A student. It's a very, very difficult school. It's actually one of the most difficult high schools in the country, and she's doing great there, but I want her to have a long, happy life, and I'd like to meet my grandchildren someday. So if she decides to have children, she may not, I don't know, but she likes kids, so she probably will. So anyway, still get off this. I'm looking over here away. It doesn't seem like I'm looking right dead ahead. But anyway, so I wanted to do, oh, by the way, I've been doing tarot for years. I don't even remember how long ago it was that I got this first deck. It's a Rider-Waite deck, and I've had it seriously 40 years maybe. So anyway, so let's do, I know there's a lot of people concerned because they have younger kids that they want them to go back to school. They're home, the kids are driving them crazy. They can't go back to work because their little kids are at home. That's not my particular problem. My problem is just that I think that this COVID thing, like Trump says, is going to get worse before it gets better. And I believe him now. I believe him. First he lied, then he denied, then he delayed, and now he's telling the truth. But anyway, I think that my just intuitive feelings are that COVID's going to get a lot better. Or the economy is in the tank. People are going to continue to lose their jobs. They're going to continue to need to draw unemployment. The stock market's going to tank. And the first wave isn't even over yet. So let's do a reading on the coronavirus to start with, because that's my biggest concern, and I know a lot of you are concerned too. So put on your mask. Just kidding. So anyway, I've shuffled these cards pretty well, but I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to do a Celtic cross, because that's what I'm used to doing. And I'll tip it down to you so you can see. I am doing this as I'm sitting on my bed, so probably not the easiest place to do it, but anyway, so. Okay. Nine of Pentacles, crossed by the Ten of Swords. Seven of Cups below. Judgment behind. Three of Wands, near future. Seven of Pentacles, in the immediate future. Let's see, Eight of Swords, hopes and fears. Looks like it's going away. Queen of Wands, and the outcome. Not a broken heart. Or maybe it's a broken heart, but it's just not as severe. So anyway, these are the cards. And I am a little rusty, so. The Knight of Pentacles reversed. I don't really remember what that is, but this, there's no doubt what this is. So, Knight of Pentacles crossed by the Ten of Swords. I gotta get my book out. So, this is my book. I mean, literally, it is falling apart. So, Knight of Pentacles reversed. It's literally falling apart. I just don't remember. I mean, you know, when Knight of Pentacles is not reversed, it's a guy in armor looking out over the farm fields, holding the pentacle, which is a coin, sitting on a big black Frisian horse. Looks like a Frisian horse to me. I raise and breed and train and import, export Frisian horses, so that's what it looks like to me. Anyway, reversed. So this looks like an offering to me. Reversed. Young man of careless habit. I would say that could be what Trump has done to us by being careless about this virus. And this is the outcome. He stabbed us in the back. Literally. He's killing people. So, we got to get down to things here. Okay, so this card, Seven of Cups, reversed, is a whole nother matter. This way, I interpret it to mean someone who can't make up their mind. In this case, it was reversed, and it's a 7. So, cups stand for emotion, water, tears, rivers, oceans. Reversed. Good use of determination and will, project about to be realized. So, again, this is reversed. This is I can't make up my mind. What's behind is the judgment. I think we've already made that judgment, which accounts for 50-something% of people that don't want to elect him again. I can see I'm going to have to do some polishing up about this. do some editing here too. I can tell that. So this card, the fifth card, this is the crowning card. Okay, so it's the Three of Wands, and it is a guy. Wands stand for fire, or wands represent fire, let me put it that way. This is a guy looking out over terrain with 3 wands. And this is about, I know what this is about. I know exactly what this is about. This is about Trump wanting, obviously I'm not a Trump fan, so this is about Trump. It stands for trade and commerce and cooperation in business, partnership, practical help. This card, in this case, represents Trump wanting us to open the schools, because if we open the schools, then people can go back to work. And if people can go back to work, then his economy isn't in the tank. And if his economy isn't in the tank, perhaps he can get reelected, and we don't want that. I want my kid to eventually go back to school because I think it'll be better for her mentally and physically and emotionally and all that kind of stuff. I just don't want her to get sick. So right now, no, I don't want her to go back to school. This is what Trump wants. He wants all of our kids back in school. So I don't want that. And then the immediate future is the Seven of Pentacles, but it's reversed. So this way, it looks to me like a guy who has planted a crop and he's waiting for them to grow. And patiently waiting for them to grow. I'm looking back in my book. I'm serious. It's been so long since I've done tarot. It's crazy. Reversed. See this? Wanting to open everything up. This thing reversed. Cause, it's like this. Like this, it's he's waiting on his crop to grow. Pentacles represents earth signs, the element earth, and it represents money. Reverse. Anxiety over money. That's the future. And that's why he wants the economy open, because he has anxiety over money and the stock market. But Eight of Swords, I don't think anything's happening here. So this is not reversed. This card is in position number 7, which is what is feared. And stagnation is what is feared because of the virus, the plague, the pandemic, whatever you want to call it. And then in the what the family opinion, or what other people think about Trump and how he's handled this coronavirus, is that they think he's going to walk away. And that would be awesome. Because he's not going to win this election. He just isn't. And he's not going to be there to greet Joe Biden on January 20th after Joe Biden is sworn in as our new 46th president. So, his hopes, Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, Queen of Wands, Queen of Wands. I always used to think that this was my representative card, but it's not, because I'm an air sign. And this, this is Nancy Pelosi, because she's an Aries. She's a fire sign. And upright, this is someone who's animated and magnetic. And she's going to be successful, and I think Trump's worried about that. And in the end, this is broken heart. No doubt about it. This is broken heart. This, God, my book. I need a new book. No, I don't really. I have another book. It's just that this is This book has all my juju on it. It's so old. It's got vibes. Okay, so upright, sorrow, tears, separation, broken heart. This way, disorder, confusion, and care should be taken against possible loss. So again, like I said, the outcome for your kids going back to school, care should be taken against possible loss. For your money, be careful about the stock market. I sold, it's a long story, but well, it's not that long, I'll tell you, because it's a cool story. Years and years ago, 1988, 3 days after my dad was buried, it was right around Easter, I met a guy that I thought I would marry. And it was a blind date. And so we ended up dating and then living together. And then we did, in 91, we got married. And through no fault of anyone, it didn't work out. And so I moved to Florida. I live in Indiana now, but I moved to Florida. And we stayed married for 3 years after I left, and we were still friends. We had a handshake in the kitchen on how we wanted to do things. We had one lawyer between us. We weren't mad at each other. We always stayed, loved each other, respected each other, all that kind of thing. It just, for reasons I don't want to go into, it just didn't work out. Nobody's fault. Anyway, so in 95, I moved to Florida. In 98, we finally divorced. And in 99, I got married and remarried. In 2000, he got remarried. And in 2007, I got divorced. Well, somewhere in there, my second husband and I adopted a little girl. So, that's how I have a daughter. So anyway, in 2007, I got divorced. And in 2014, my husband's second wife died. And it was very, very sad. His niece actually texted me right after it happened. And I hadn't talked to him except in cases where somebody died, or in look at my hair. I've been in the pool. In case, or if it was a legal matter, like we had just to deal with the paperwork for the divorce 3 years after I left, whatever. We really didn't talk very often, even though we thought well of each other. We were both married to other people, so anyway. So his wife died, and I was crushed for him that his wife died, and I just immediately burst into tears, and I was getting ready to go on a 3-week vacation because I had some business I wanted to do and sell some of my jewelry, and so I was going to go to this tourist area and sell jewelry. And every summer my husband had our daughter for 3 weeks, and I had her for 3 weeks. So my 3 weeks I was going to take off and go try to make some money. So I went to my hometown the first part of that 3 weeks. Hold on. And then I forgot where I was. Oh, but on the front end of my vacation, I came to my hometown and went to the funeral. And after that, my ex-husband was very upset and really depressed. Of course he's upset. His wife died. But very upset and depressed. And I talked to him. I'd been through a big loss when I was 24 because my brother died. He was 25, died in a car wreck, and it was not fun. And so I spent time talking to my ex-husband and my first husband. And eventually what happened was we got married again. So, I don't know why I got into that, but anyway, our daughter, the daughter of my second husband and I, lives with me in my hometown. She lives with us in my hometown. And on the vacation, she goes back and forth to her dad's in North Carolina. So that's that story. But anyway, that's my first video. Unknown caller. People just want to call me all the time, and it's usually these. It's these spam calls. Sometimes I just mess with them. Give them fake Visa card numbers and stuff. Anyway, okay. Thank you for watching. Tune in again. We'll see what happens. Thanks. Bye.